check 1 2 1 2, and we're back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sana IE. I'm Yo Sexo. If it's your first time listening, welcome to the show. Welcome to Sana IE. On Sana IE, our mission here is to educate you when it comes to mental health as well as financial literacy. I like to really define it as majoring in mental health and minoring in financial literacy. So every episode, I always dish out some different mental health research that I found, as well as topics and segments, as well as the financial literacy. I usually have Financial Fridays discussing different financial literacy tips, topics, and information that we all can use as we build our financial literacy, our financial health, and our mental health over time. But thank you for tuning in. It's Monday, Mental Health Monday, Money Making Mondays. I hope y'all had a great weekend. We are that close to Christmas, man. One of my favorite holidays. Personally, I love Christmas. Like I said, it's one of my favorite holidays. What is your most genuine Christmas memory? What do you love about Christmas yourself? Or you're not a fan of Christmas? Let me know. Hit me up at sanaie.com, as well as on any social media platform. You can hit us up on there. Email me if you email your things, sanaipodcast@gmail.com. And I want to know. I'll read out your Christmas memory on the next show, as well as if you want me to read it anonymously, I'll read it anonymously. Or if you want to put your name to it, I will. But I appreciate y'all, and let's get started with today's show. I got some quotes of the day for y'all. My first quote is, "The best thing I ever did was become more low-key and focus on myself." As we approach the new year, as we approach 2022, I feel like this quote is relevant because we're approaching this new year. I know everybody has their New Year's resolution on their plans for the new year, their new goals and everything, and that's where this quote comes in. It's like, the best thing I ever did was become more low-key and focus on myself. And sometimes you have to get low-key. You have to really have those late nights, early mornings, have to really put away and sacrifice time, the leisure time, and really focus on yourself. Focus on building yourself mentally, focus on building yourself spiritually, focus on building yourself physically, financially, and everything. So you'll have to get low-key and really resist doing a lot of things, sacrificing stuff, and really putting the distractions away, because you're like, I gotta focus, I gotta get this focus in, and it's the whole new year. It's 2022. I want to be in a different place and a different area by the end of this year, by the end of 2022. So it's like you have to focus on yourself, become more low-key. You have to really sacrifice and discipline yourself, and see where you want to go, and see where you're investing your energy and your time, and really focus on yourself, getting to know yourself, getting to know what you want and what you need in your life, especially approaching 2022. So the quote again is, "The best thing I ever did was become more low-key and focus on myself." And my next quote is, "Be good to people for no reason." You never know what anybody's going through mentally. They might smile in your face, but on the inside, they can be feeling something totally different. So anybody that you see or you encounter in your life, always be good to them no matter what. Be good to that person. Say hello, say how you're doing, check on them, say how you're doing mentally, ask them if they need anything. And being good to people makes you feel good. And it's just like something we have to do. We have to spread love and spread kindness and spread caring to anybody that we meet. We see a lot of people throughout our days, whether it's coworkers, whether it's strangers, whether it's people at the gas station, people at the grocery store. Always open your mouth and speak up to people and see how they're doing, check on them, say hello. We always make eye contact with people. Don't just stare at somebody. Say hello, say how you're doing, and see how you can be good to that person. So once again, that quote is, be good to people for no reason. And on this episode, we're going to kick off my types of mental illness episodes. Are going to be the next few episodes that's coming up. So with this one, we're kicking off with the types of mental illnesses as well as mood disorders. And those are the two segments that I'm going to have, and then I'm going to get into what our next few episodes will be that's coming up. Thank you for tuning in. I'll give y'all a brief break. I bet you're thinking, what is a mental illness? And it ranges from many things. Well, I bet the first thing that comes to mind for you may be bipolar, schizophrenia, dementia. But a mental illness are health conditions involving changes in emotion, thinking, and behavior, or a combination of these. Mental illnesses are associated with distress or problems functioning in social work, or family activities. Mental illness is common. I'm pretty sure we all know what a mental illness is, or we've seen it firsthand, or we've seen it maybe watching a movie, or we've seen it in a field that we work in. Nearly 1 in 5 U.S. adults experience some form of mental illness. 1 in 24 have a serious mental illness. 1 in 12 have a diagnosable substance abuse disorder. It's treatable. Depending on what it is, mental illness is treatable. According to the Diagnostic of Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, there are nearly 300 mental disorders. Some of the main groups of the mental disorders are mood disorders, such as depression or bipolar, which I'll discuss in the next episode. Anxiety disorders such as social phobia, panic disorder, or OCD. Personality disorders, they usually come in like 3 clusters, and I'll explain that in my next episodes coming up. Psychotic disorders, such as schizophrenia. Eating disorders such as binge eating or anorexia. Trauma-related stress disorders such as PTSD, and substance abuse disorders. Excuse me. There have been many debates in the medical community about what is a mental illness and what isn't a mental illness. The definition can be influenced by our society, our culture, but most mental illnesses occur across all countries and cultures. And me personally, I try to see within the people around me, within my circle, and make sure they are mentally good, and even being aware of the signs of any mental illnesses that occur or come up, and just being aware and really checking on people. That's where it comes down to, because you never know what somebody is really going through. Even the ones that's closest to you, you always have to really take that time and dedicate that time to really talk to people and invest your time with people and see how they're doing, and really having conversations, giving them time to vent and seeing how they were. The year is almost over. Why not have those end of the year conversations or end of the year evaluations with your loved ones, with the people around you, and see, did they accomplish what they needed this year? How did this year affect them mentally? How did this year affect them physically? How did this year affected them financially? Is there anything that they've been holding in, not really wanting to discuss, and not really having that time to discuss because nobody really sat them down and asked them, yo, how was this year been? What has been going on that you haven't been discussing, or that you want to discuss, or something like that, where they'll have that ability to open up to you and have that time to open up, even with your kids as well. Talking to them and seeing how they've done over this year. I know they're back in school and everything. We're on Christmas break now, but really checking in with them, how it's been being back in school, being around their friends, being back within their communities, and really talking to people and giving them time to talk and listen instead of listening to responding, and really interpreting what they're saying and seeing how you can help them out. Because this mental health, it starts from our youth throughout adulthood. It's a consistent thing that we have to constantly work on, and being aware of the people around us and being aware of ourselves and making sure we're mentally sound, mentally healthy when it comes to certain things, when it comes to life, when it comes to traumatic experiences. So, but in the next segment, I'm going to discuss mood disorders. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm going to give y'all a brief break. And we back. And we back. And we back. And we back. as well as if you are dealing with anything mentally, you feel like you don't have nobody to reach out to, or you know somebody that's dealing with something mentally that you know they don't have nobody to reach out to as well, you can reach out to me, or you can reach out to different hotlines. Like, I just pulled up some hotlines right now. They have the dating abuse and domestic violence hotline, and it's 1-866-331-9474. They have the depression and suicide hotline, or the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which is 24/7, is 1-800-273-8255. They have the Trevor Project. The Trevor Project offers support to the LGBTQ young adult community. Both of the hotlines provided offer 24/7 help. Their line is 866-488-7386. Also, they have the Eating Disorder Hotline, which is 1-800-931-2237. The General Crisis, they have a text line, which is you can text support to 741-741. And they have the Mental Illness Hotline, which is NAMI. NAMI provides treatment options and programs they wish to raise awareness and provide support and education that was not previously available to those in need. And their hotline is 1-800-950-6264. They have the Sexual Assault Hotline, which is 1-800-656-4673. And they have the Veterans Crisis Hotline, which is 1-800-273-8255. So if you know anybody that needs any of these hotlines, I'll drop them off in the show notes, as well as if you need them yourself, don't be afraid to reach out, open up, and let somebody know what you are going through mentally, because we're all here to help, and we're all here to spread love and love each other. But now, for this segment, we're going to discuss mood disorders. Mood disorders are conditions that disturb our mood to the point where it becomes difficult to function in relationships or at work. Depression and bipolar are both classified as mood disorders. People's experience with mood disorders vary greatly. Mood disorders can cause a person to withdraw from social contact or to hide their true feelings from people that's close to them. Have you encountered somebody with a mood disorder, or yourself personally, to where they're unable to function in relationships or function around you? I believe the term bipolar gets thrown around loosely amongst my peers when I was growing up. They would always be throwing out bipolar. And some key facts when it comes to mood disorders: bipolar disorder causes extreme mood changes that can affect or disrupt daily life. Symptoms of a manic episode include showing extremely high energy in speech and activity, agitation, and a reduced need for sleep. It often develops for the first time during teenage years or early adulthood. Bipolar disorder tends to affect more women than men. It's sometimes referred to as manic depression. People with bipolar disorder will experience periods of extreme moods at different times. There's two different episodes: manic or hypomanic, and depressive. Manic or hypomanic is feeling extremely euphoric or high. Hypomania means less than mania. Someone who's experiencing hypomania will have these symptoms as a manic episode, but they are less secure and generally last for a shorter period of time. During a manic episode, changes in mood aren't so severe that they cause problems with functioning at work or socially. Depressive episodes. That was a lot to take in when it comes to the key fact about bipolar disorder. Causes extreme mood changes. So you can be feeling really high at one time, and then you can be feeling really low at a time. And they affect and disrupt the daily life. So it's something that really affects you, and there's different symptoms from the manic episodes, including the high energy in speech and agitation, or a reduced need for sleep, where they're on the go, trying to constantly go. But then again, there's the times where they have that low, that crash, where they're not feeling so well, where they really just in the mood, get in having a depressive episode. So it first develops in teenage years and early adulthood. Have you experienced anyone with the bipolar disorder, where they have up and down episodes with having different mood changes, where they are just constantly battling with it? Have you been there to help them, or have you just been on the sidelines looking while they fight through that battle? It's like we're all here to help each other. If you've seen somebody or know somebody that's been dealing with something mentally, step in and see how you can help them out. Depressive episodes: feeling low, hopeless, or extremely sad. And this is just an episode where it's not the full-on depression. It's where you just feeling low at times and hopeless and extremely sad. That's the ups and downs when it comes to the bipolar disorder. Because you'll feel up and euphoric and extremely high on life, and then one day everything will come crashing down to where they have a depressive episode, and it's like, hey, is this really happening? This happened to me, feeling hopeless. And it's like, if you are that person, are you feeling like you're battling through any of these, reach out to me so I can help in any way. Reach out to the family members and reach out to anybody that's around you that you know that can uplift you and really help you when you need the help, or as well as reach out to the hotlines that I just stated. Once again, I'll drop them in the show notes. But anything that you're dealing with, anything, we're all here to help each other. And on my next episode, we'll be discussing the symptoms of bipolar disorder, the different types of bipolar disorder, and what causes bipolar disorder. But I'm going to hit y'all with a brief break, and I'm going to then get on to the recap. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I hope this episode helped you out when it comes to the different types of mental illnesses, some key facts about bipolar disorder, as well as the depressive episodes, and really keeping you aware of the signs and symptoms when it comes to mental illnesses around you as well as within yourself. Always be willing to reach out, open up, and talk to people and vent when you need to vent. We'll be right back. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into today's episode of Sana IE. I hope this episode helped you out anyway, where it helped you out with the quotes, where it's helped you out with the different types of mental illnesses, where it helped you out with the mood disorders, and anything of that nature. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you for y'all support. You listening to the show start to finish, really supporting. I greatly appreciate it. All I ask is, if you can, leave a review. Let me know what you think of the show. Let me know what you think of the podcast. Let me know where I can improve. Let me know what you love. Let me know what you didn't like. And leave a review. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, leave a review on there. Or if you listen to this on Spotify, iHeart, Pandora, YouTube, leave me a review on SanaIE.com, and that link will be in the show notes for you. You can just leave a review on there, and I greatly appreciate it. I read out each review on at the end of different episodes. This episode, I'm not reading out any reviews. Next week I will. But let me know what you think of the show. Let me know how I can improve. I appreciate it. Let's hit you with the recap. We start off with the quotes of the day. The best thing I ever did was become more low-key and focus on myself. What do you want to improve on? What do you want to get better at in your life? What do you want to be a year from now? And how can you get there starting January 1st? So you maybe have to get low-key and focus on yourself. You maybe have to tell your people, no, I can't go out. I can't go to brunch this weekend. I can't go out to the club. I can't go out partying. I can't go out to Disneyland. I can't go do this. I have to make my sacrifice. I have to stay disciplined. I have to stay focused on what I want to accomplish. Because 2022 is all about me and securing what I need to secure for my future. Securing where I need to be in the next 5 years. And it starts January. So the best thing I ever did was become more low-key and focus on myself. Focus on you. And that's what it comes down to. Then we hit the next quote with, be good to people for no reason. Anybody and everybody you meet, always be good to them. You never know if anybody's going through mentally. Be that shining light in somebody's life. Even if you're in there affecting their life for a minute or two, they'll always remember that. Be good to people for no reason. Then we discuss mental illnesses. What is a mental illness? It's a health condition involving changes in emotion, thinking, or behavior, or a combination of these. Mental illnesses are associated with distress, or problems functioning in social, work, or family activities. Mental illness is common. In a given year, nearly 1 in 5 U.S. adults experience some form of mental illness. That's 19%. 1 in 24 or have a serious mental illness. That's 4.1%. 1 in 12 have a diagnosable substance use disorder, and that's 8.5%. So mental illness is very common. It's treatable. According to the Diagnostic of Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, there are nearly 300 mental disorders. Some of the main groups of mental disorders are, and in my next episodes, I'll be discussing these one by one in each episode. Each segment, I'll be discussing mood disorders, anxiety disorders, personality disorders, psychotic disorders, eating disorders, trauma-related stress disorders such as PTSD, and substance abuse disorders. So be on the lookout for those in the next few episodes that's coming up. There have been many debates that the medical community about what is and what isn't a mental illness. The definition can be influenced by our society and culture, but most mental illnesses occur across all countries and cultures. Then we hopped into our next segment, which is mood disorders. And those are conditions that disturb our mood to the point where it becomes difficult to function in relationships or at work. Depression and bipolar disorder are both classified as mood disorders. People's experience with mood disorders vary greatly. Mood disorders can cause a person to withdraw from social contact or hide their real feelings from the people close to them. And some key facts about mood disorders and bipolar. We discussed bipolar. I'm pretty sure we've seen bipolar and how bipolar affects a community. Bipolar disorder causes extreme mood changes that affect or disrupt daily life. Symptoms of manic episodes include showing extremely high energy in speech and activity, agitation, and a reduced need for sleep. It often develops for the first time during teenage years or early adulthood. Bipolar disorder tends to affect more women than men. And in the next episode, I'm gonna get into why bipolar disorder affects more women than men. It's sometimes referred to as manic depression. People with bipolar disorder will experience periods of extreme moods at different times. There are two different episodes: manic or hypomanic, and depressive. Manic or hypomanic is feeling extremely euphoric or high. Hypomania means less than mania. Someone who's experienced hypomania will have symptoms as a manic episode, but they are less severe and generally last for a shorter period of time. During manic episodes, changes in mood aren't so severe that they cause problems with functioning at work or socially. Then we have depressive episodes such as feeling low, hopeless, or extremely sad. Excuse me for that. But with that being said, I hope this episode helped you out. Share with a friend, send this to a friend. Let me know what you think. Leave a review. Anybody that you have subscribed to the show, listen to the show, have them leave a review, and I'll be sending out some merch to you. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you have a good week. I'm gonna leave y'all with this: one that angers you controls you. Don't give anyone that power, especially the one who does it intentionally. Have a good week.